What's going on, y'all? Chris W. back here with another podcast. Gonna be doing a review of AEW. First of all, I want to say the commentators that were there were JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. So for all who follow me, y'all know I start off a certain way every time. I basically go in sequential order. I try to cap every event that happens. This ain't the case this time. I'm doing something completely different. So how I want to start the show, I want to start off with Angelico versus Cody. I don't want to get into details about it. Cody won. He's the better wrestler. What I want to talk about is after the fact. So, first of all, they showed a segment. Congratulations to Cody and Brandy on their baby. So now, after the match, Team Taz comes out and they're looking to take on Cody. I think it would have been 4-1 or 5-1. You got weird ass Darby Allin sitting up in the stands, always in the same fucking spot. So anyway, the lights go out, so you know that Sting is coming. So Sting comes out to the ring. He stares down Team Taz. Team Taz wants to go at him. He takes the baseball bat out, pointing at him. Then he makes eye contact with Darby Allin. Then he looks back at Cody. He gives him a wink. Now, for all who don't know, obviously, Sting's from WCW. He's wrestled with Cody's dad and probably his other brother, Dustin, but he's wrestled with his dad, Dustin Rose. So there's always going to be a connection there, and then Cody idolized Sting. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting. It's unclear to see how they're going to use Sting yet, but there are going to be many good storylines. And then he went back and looked at Darby Allin again, and I wanted to address that because I'm wondering what's going to happen with him and Darby Allin. Like, are they going to feud, have a rivalry with matches? Is Sting going to be wrestling? We don't know yet. Is he going to be Darby Allin's manager? Because obviously Darby Allin is a weird kid. He wears the face paint, so he could easily be his manager. Are they going to say he's like his lost long dad? I mean, who the fuck knows? But that's going to be interesting to see how they do that. And then, of course, you got Sting. He could be used in various ways to help better the company. Obviously, like I said, you can have him and Cody. You can have him and Jericho in their I ain't going to say their very first match, because I don't know. But you can have him and Jericho. I'm sure that's a dream match. I'm pretty sure it's never happened before, so it's a dream match. And it's just going to be interesting to see. You can have him against Omega, John Moxley. So, yeah, I just want to start that way. I feel like I wanted to do that because I'm just interested in seeing how they're going to use Sting and how things are going to happen with him. So now the start of the match was Private Party with Matt Hardy. They called the Hardy Party versus Heyman Page and Iris Reynolds and John Silver of the Dark Order. So this was a good match. I thought it was a good way to start the show. I ain't really got too much to say. The match ended with Private Party using the Gin and Juice finisher. And then Hardy wanted to get in the ring to get the 1, 2, 3. I'm wondering... excuse me, sorry, y'all. I'm wondering what direction are they taking Matt Hardy. He seems to be more aggressive. I know I was reading about him be having a new character a couple of weeks ago. I'm not sure, but I know the man has been awesome at reinventing himself. That's going to be interesting. When I was watching the show earlier, I was thinking, who's the better Hardy? Like, do y'all prefer Jeff Hardy or Matt Hardy? Me, personally, I prefer Jeff Hardy. But that's only because Jeff Hardy's a fucking daredevil, man. Like, that dude go to a 20-foot ladder, and then he'll hit the fucking swanton bomb. I remember the time when he was fighting Randy Orton. It was on Raw. I think it was 2012, something like that. and he climbed to the top of the fucking, what's it called, like the I can't think of what it's called, but he climbed to the very top of the steel thing that like supports the building, and he did a swanton bomb to Orton and put him through the table. That dude there is just a fucking daredevil. So I'm just a personally a bigger fan of him. I ain't saying nothing against Matt, cause Matt's an awesome guy. I believe they're both future Hall of Famers. As far as single Hall of Famer goes, Hardy may get it because he's a Grand Slam champion. Jeff Hardy may get it because he's a Grand Slam champion. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, I ain't got too much to say about that. So let's see what else we had. We got those two out the way. Darby and Sting, yeah, we touched that. Now, on Facebook, I've joined these wrestling groups, and they was talking about how Eddie Kingston is very good with these promos. So I watched one of his videos I seen them post on YouTube, and I gotta say, man, the guy can cut a promo with goddamn near anything. So as far as his mic skills go, he's great. I ain't a fan of him personally. I think he's just a good talker. He just yada 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 yada. To me, I ain't a big fan of his wrestling skills, but he's got it on the mic. So anyway, he called out Lance Archer. So Lance Archer came out. Then he started tagging him. Then Butcher and Blade came out. Then it was 3-on-1 for a while. Then he said how Pac wasn't there, so Penta and Ray Phoenix came out. Then next thing you know, Pat showed up. So the Death Triangle was there. Then after that, they got it on. It was a 4-on-3, and eventually those three hauled ass. So that was interesting. So now, next thing I want to talk about is Dustin Rose. So the Dark Order asked him to join last week, and I guess he thought about it. He slapped the dude in his face. So when I was on my Facebook group, I joined one for AEW, I joined one for Raw, NXT, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, just something to do. And when I was up there, they was showed that back in WCW, he had a character named Seven. I never knew that. When I seen him, I thought he was an Undertaker. One of the guys was like, how WWE, Mark Goldberg with Gilbert, they were supposedly marking the Undertaker with Seven. At least that's what I take from it anyway. And so, it was interesting because when he came out, he talked about how that they wanted him to join at 7 and how he thought it was a bad idea then and he thought it was a bad idea last week and that it ain't going to happen and that he's going to be taking on a member from the Order next week. So then we got the 8-man tag team match. I'm sorry, the 14-man tag team match, which was Best Friends, the Varsity Blondes, and Flight Top. That's just a 12-man tag team match, I'm sorry, versus the Inner Circle. This was a good match. I ain't got too much to say about it. They was able to win the match because Jericho used the bat, the baseball bat. I know Jericho has an awesome theme song. I love when that dude comes out, man. I've never seen a heel be able to captivate a crowd like Jericho can. Like, he's supposed to be a heel, but this fucking song is just so awesome. You can't help but sing along. Now, this match right here was interesting. We had SCU, which was Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus The Acclaim. I don't know nothing about The Acclaim. I don't watch AEW, though. I watched it at one point. I'm trying to get back into it, but it's hard to find time. And now with the fucking NBA season starting up December 22nd, it's next week, I'm not sure. Next Tuesday, that's right, I believe. I'm not sure I'm going to have time for AEW Dark. Got a very busy schedule. But anyway, apparently this dude came out rapping. I'm like, what is this guy talking about? And then Kazarian schooled him on the mic, which was surprising. So, coming to find out, these guys are on this, they claim they're on a 7-win streak right now, a match win streak. And they was able to win this match. Surprisingly, it was an upset. But the only reason why they were able to win was because they hit Christopher Daniels in the head with a boombox. But speaking of wins and losses, I like how the wins and losses count in AEW. Because in WWE, it doesn't mean a goddamn thing. But in AEW, everything fucking counts. And they say that these guys are the number 5 tag team. So like I said, they was able to win a match. So then they called out the Young Bucks, who was right there, and asked them for a title shot. So now they got a title shot against the Young Bucks. Now, unless they cheat again, they ain't beating the Young Bucks. But I feel like they're going to end up cheating at some point. So then we had the women's match. It was Ivelisse and Diamante. Excuse me, I believe I pronounced their names right. But if I don't pronounce their name right, I'm not big on these NWA people yet. I'm still learning them. So y'all bear with me. It was them against Big Swole and Serena Deeb. Now Serena Deeb, she's the NWA champion. Ivelisse and Diamante, they won that tournament they set up. Anyway, those girls are 8-1 as a tag team. Big Swole, she is 14-4 as a single competitor. I'm not sure what Serena Deeb record is. I know she's probably undefeated though, 3-0, 4-0, maybe even 5. Big Swole, she's the number 1 contender. So this was a good match. I thought Ivelisse and Diamante was gonna win because they were cutting off the ring for a while. They had Big Swole separated, but eventually Serena Deeb got in there, and then they said that Big Swole, she's been training with Dean Malenko, and she put in the 4-leaf clover. But then I seen that she put that knee in that girl back or something, and eventually the girl had to tap. It was a good match, and then Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero came out to attack Big Swole and Serena Deeb like they did last week, but Red Velvet came out with a chair to save them. I gotta show y'all this. I got my Southern Comfort Spirit Whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. Shit's pretty fucking good. So then, after that, we had FTR. They came out doing what they do, complaining about how they're the best tag team and how they have to deal with Jurassic Park, grown man wearing a dinosaur suit, blah, 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 how this is how they feed their family, and how those 3 guys are upset, excuse me, and how they're an old school tag team, no nonsense tag team in today's age. This is the same thing with them, and then we got the main event. Y'all give me 1 second. Alright, so we had George and Other with Sunday Kiss came out, then we had Omega with Don Callis. I feel that shit in my chest. This was a World Championship Eliminator match. And they did this because in the tournament, George and Other was supposed to face him, but I'm not sure what happened. So Sonny Kiss ended up facing Omega in the tournament, so they were giving him a chance at revenge, and it was no DQ. And everybody knew Omega was going to win the match. He even did commentary during the match. I don't have to say much. I'm not a big fan of this new Omega. I think it's stupid. I think the way he won the title is stupid. I don't have a problem with Omega winning the title. It's the way he got the title, though. You know what I'm saying? He hit Moxley. First he told Moxley, he said, "Look, man, the last time we fought, it was an unsanctioned match on Dark. I believe it was on Dark over a year ago. I watched that shit. Yeah, it was on Dark. It was a crazy ass fucking match, man. One of the best matches I ever seen, right? So he says, well, can you beat me straight up? And then he fucking uses a microphone from Don Callis. It was fucking bullshit. But I get it, though. It's a story. I mean, Moxley is having a baby. Congratulations to him. He got to spend time with his wife. He's also, I believe he's still the the NWJP champion, Unite champion. So I understand. I get it. So then after the match, Pac came out. It got me thinking. Those two have a rivalry. They have unfinished business. Could he possibly fight Omega for the title? But what Pac said was pretty interesting though, and I actually forgot about this. So, Penta and Ray Phoenix, they had a match in the tournament. Ray Phoenix got injured, so Ray Phoenix technically never lost to Omega. So, on December 30th, he's gonna be getting a title shot against Omega. Now, I don't think he can beat Omega, but I really wanted to see that match. That's going to be an interesting match. I don't see them having Omega lose the title right now. If he does lose, well, he will lose the title, but when he loses the title, it'll probably be in February to Hangman Page. It's interesting to see how they're going to do things, how they're going to play everything out. But I'm definitely looking forward to next week. Like I said, y'all, what's the day? Thursday. I'm waiting on the WWE Network. I didn't do a review on NXT last week because I didn't feel like it was good. I was already like 5 days behind, but it wasn't the best show. I seen the card. This is a stat card, so probably tomorrow I'll be doing a review for NXT, and then Sunday I'm going to be doing one for TLC. So y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all for checking out Chris's podcast, and have a blessed and wonderful night.